Tasmania's west coast. It's a wild place to go for a bike ride. The original plan for the trip was to complete a return loop from Strahan to Arthur River via the Pieman River. Starting in Strahan, we would use beaches, four-wheel drive tracks and coastline to travel 165 kilometres north. But the West Coast had other ideas.
The water is flowing quite strong where it's walkable, so yeah, sort of waist high. Not sure if we'd be able to hold on to the bikes and keep our feet on the ground at the same time.
Day one gave us soft sand, headwinds, 2 river crossings and a lightning storm that forced us to shelter in the dunes. Needless to say, we didn't ride as far as we had hoped.
When we bike pack, Mick tends to be overly optimistic by how far we can travel each day. Today we exited the remainder of climbs, very irrelevant, definitely not going to be riding it again, track. It took us about 4 hours to go 16k or so. 4 Mile Beach was glorious. We finally hit a tailwind and sailed along the beach. So we've ridden about 80k in 2 days. Got to Pieman Heads at about 5 p.m, but the wind was blowing quite strong. We were going to cross with the packrafts, but we decided that we would camp at Pieman Heads instead and wait and see if the wind was a bit less in the morning.
Attempting to make up for lost time, we tried to cut across to Corinna via four-wheel drive tracks. After endless scrub bashing and dead ends, we decided to call it a day and return another time to ride the remaining coastline. With an unusually good weather window later in the season, we return to packraft down the Pieman River and ride the remaining coastline.
So we've got the packrafts all ready to go in the morning. We'll wake up at first light and paddle down the Pieman. We've got about 18k to cover on the river tomorrow. We We had a bit of a tailwind for the last hour or two, which was glorious. Took us about 4 hours maybe from Corinna down to Pieman Heads. It's good fun. We're tired and now we are hoping to ride about 20-25k. So we had a tailwind, which was pretty pleasant, but it was high tide and the sand was pretty soft.
Today we continued north along the coast of the Arthur Pieman Conservation Area, passing the remains of Aboriginal shell middens that show connection to land for over 2,000 years.
Very soft sand and it was pretty brutal. Today we're on the road back to Corinna. Pretty pleasant gravel road. Super windy today and a bit all over the shop. So the trip, it was sandy, it was very beautiful, and it was hard.
Anything else you want to add?
Nah, it was good.